Chapter 7 of Book 2 of Posterior Analytics by Aristotle. Translated by Octavius Owen. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Jeffrey Edwards. Chapter 7. That what a thing is can neither be known by demonstration nor by definition. How then will he who defines show the essence of a thing, or what it is? For neither as demonstrating from things which are granted will he render it evident that when they exist, it is necessary that something else should be. For demonstration is this, nor as forming an induction by singulars which are manifest, that everything thus subsists from nothing subsisting otherwise, since he does not show what a thing is, but that it is, or is not. What remaining method is there? For he will not indicate by sense, nor by the finger. Moreover, how will he show what it is? For it is necessary that he also who knows what man is, or anything else, should also know that he is. For no one knows with respect to non-being that it is, but what the definition or the name signifies, as when I say, tragelaphos, it is impossible to know what tragelaphos is. Moreover, if he should show what a thing is, and that it is, how will he show this in the same sentence? For both definition and also demonstration manifest one certain thing. But what man is one thing, and the essence of man is another. We next say that it is necessary to show by demonstration everything, that it is, except it be substance. But to be is not substance to anything, for being is not the genus. There will then be demonstration that it is, and this the sciences now effect. For what a triangle means, the geometrician assumes, but that it is, he demonstrates. What then will he who defines what it is prove? That it is a triangle? He then who knows what it is by definition will not know if it is, but this is impossible. Evidently then, those who define according to the present methods of definition do not demonstrate that a thing is, for although those lines be equal which are drawn from the middle, yet why is it the thing defined, and why is this a circle? For we might say that there is the same definition of brass. For neither do definitions demonstrate that it is possible for that to be which is asserted, nor that that thing is of which they say there are definitions, but it is always possible to say why. If then he who defines shows either what a thing is, or what the name signifies, except there is by no means an explanation of what a thing is, definition will be a sentence signifying the same thing as a name, but this is absurd. For in the first place there would be a definition of non-essences, and of non-entities, since it is possible even for non-entities to have a signification. Again, all sentences will be definitions, for we might give a name to any sentence, so that we might all discuss in definitions, and the Iliad would be a definition. Besides, no science would demonstrate that this name signifies this thing. Neither therefore do definitions manifest this. From these things therefore it appears that neither definition nor syllogism are the same thing, nor are syllogism and definition of the same thing. Moreover, that definition neither demonstrates nor shows anything, and that we can know what a thing is neither by definition nor by demonstration. Chapter 8 of the logical syllogism of what a thing is. Moreover, we must consider which of these things is well, and which is not well asserted, also what definition is, and whether there is in a certain way, or by no means a demonstration and definition of what a thing is. Now, since it is the same thing, as we have said, to know what a thing is, and to know the cause wherefore it is, and the reason of this is, that there is a certain cause, and this is either the same or another, and if it is another, it is either demonstrable or indemonstrable. If then it is another, and is capable of demonstration, it is necessary that the cause should be a medium, and should be demonstrated in the first figure, for that which is demonstrated is both universal and affirmative. Now, one method will be that which has been now investigated, viz., to demonstrate what a thing is through something else. For of those things which are predicated in respect of what a thing is, it is necessary that the medium should be what it is, and a property in respect of properties. Wherefore of two essential natures of the same thing, it will demonstrate the one, but not the other. That this method then is not demonstration has been shown before, but it is a logical syllogism of what a thing is. Still, let us show in what method this is possible, discussing it again from the beginning. For as we investigate why a thing is, when we know that it is, but sometimes those become evident at the same time, but it is not possible to know why it is, prior to knowing that it is clear that in like manner the very nature of a thing, or what it is, cannot be known without knowing that it is, since it is impossible to know what a thing is, when ignorant if it is. We sometimes indeed know if it is, accidentally, knowing sometimes something belonging to the thing, as thunder we know because it is a certain sound of the clouds, and an eclipse because it is a certain privation of light, and a man because it is a certain animal, and soul because it moves itself. As regards then whatsoever we know accidentally that they are, it is by no means necessary that we should possess anything by which to know what they are, for neither do we really know that they are, and to inquire what a thing is, when we do not know that it is to inquire about nothing. In those things, however, of which we know something, it is easy to inquire what they are. Hence, as we know that a thing is, so also are we disposed to know what it is. Now of those things, of whose essential nature we know something, let this be first an example: an eclipse A, the moon C, the opposition of the earth B. Example 1. That to which the earth is opposed is eclipsed. The earth is opposed to the moon, therefore the moon is eclipsed. To inquire then whether there is an eclipse or not, is to inquire whether B is or not, but this does not at all differ from the inquiry if there is a reason of it, and if this is, we say, that that also is. Or we inquire of which contradiction there is a reason, whether of possessing or of not possessing two right angles, but when we have discovered, we know at the same time that it is and why it is, if it is inferred through media, but if it is not so inferred, we know the that, but not the why. Let C be the moon, A an eclipse, not to be able to produce a shadow when the moon is full, and nothing is seen interposed between us, B. If then B, that is, not to be able to produce a shadow when there is nothing between us, be present with C, and A to be eclipsed, present with this, that there is an eclipse is indeed evident, but why is not yet so, and that there is an eclipse we indeed know, but what it is we do not know. Example 2. What does not produce a shadow when nothing intervenes is eclipsed? The moon does not produce a shadow, etc. Therefore, the moon is eclipsed. Yet, as it is clear that A is with C, to inquire why it is to investigate what B is, whether it is the opposition of the earth, or the turn of the moon, or the extinction of light, but this is the definition of the other extreme, as in those examples of A, since an eclipse is the interposition of the earth. What is thunder? The extinction of fire in a cloud. Why does it thunder? Because fire is extinguished in a cloud. Let C be a cloud, A thunder, B the extinction of fire. Hence B is present with C, that is, with the cloud, for fire is extinguished in it, but A sound is present with this, and B is the definition of A, the first extreme. Example 3. Where there is an extinction of fire, there is thunder. In a cloud there is extinction of fire. Therefore, in a cloud there is thunder. If there be again another medium of this, it will be from the remaining definitions. We have shown therefore thus, how what a thing is assumed, and becomes known, wherefore there is neither syllogism, nor demonstration of what a thing is, still it will become evident through syllogism, and through demonstration, and hence without demonstration it is neither possible to know what a thing is, of which there is another cause, nor is there demonstration of it, as we have already observed in the doubts. Chapter 9. Of certain natures or principles incapable of demonstration. Of some things indeed there is a certain other cause, but of others there is not, so that it is plain that some of them are immediate, and principles, whose existence and what they are we must suppose, or make manifest, after another manner, which indeed the arithmetician does, for he both supposes what unity is, and that it is. Of those, however, which have a medium, and of whose essence there is another cause, it is possible, as we have said, to produce a manifestation through demonstration, yet not by demonstrating what they are. Chapter 10. Upon definition and its kinds. Since definition is said to be a sentence explanatory of what a thing is, it is evident that one definition will be of what a name signifies, or another nominal sentence, as what a thing signifies, which is so far as it is a triangle, which, when we know that it is, we inquire why it is. Still it is difficult thus to assume things, the existence of which we do not know, and the cause of this difficulty has been explained before, because neither do we know whether it is or is not, except accidentally. One sentence is indeed in two ways, the one by conjunction, as the Iliad, but the other from signifying one thing of one, not accidentally. The above named then is one definition of a definition, but the other definition is a sentence showing why a thing is, so that the former signifies, but does not demonstrate, but the latter will evidently be, as it were, a demonstration of what a thing is, differing from demonstration in the position of the terms. For there is a difference between saying, why does it thunder, and what is thunder? For thus a person will answer, because fire is extinguished in the clouds. But what is thunder? The sound of fire extinguished in the clouds. Hence there is the same sentence spoken in another manner, and in the one way there is a continued demonstration, but in the other there is a definition. Moreover, the definition of thunder is a sound in the clouds, but this is the conclusion of the demonstration of what it is. Now the definition of things immediate is the indemonstrable thesis of essence. One definition then is an indemonstrable sentence significative of essence, but another is a syllogism of essence, differing from demonstration in case, and a third is the conclusion of the demonstration of what a thing is. Wherefore, from what we have said, it is evident how there is, and how there is not, a demonstration of what a thing is, also of what things there is, and of what there is not. Moreover, in how many ways definition is enunciated, and how it demonstrates the essence of a thing, and how it does not, also of what things there is, and of what there is not, definition, yet more, how it subsists with respect to demonstration, and how it may not be, of the same thing. Chapter 11. Of causes and their demonstration. Since we think that we scientifically know when we are cognizant of the cause, but causes are four, one indeed as to the essence of a thing, another that which from certain things existing, this necessarily exists, a third that which first moves something, and a fourth on account of which a thing exists, all these are demonstrated through a medium. For the one, that this existing it is necessary that that should be, is not from one proposition being assumed, but from two at the least, but this is, when they have one medium, this one therefore being assumed, there is necessarily a conclusion, which is evidently thus. Why is the angle a right one in a semicircle? Or from the existence of what is it right? Let then A be a right angle, B the half of two right angles, and the angle in the semicircle C. Hence B is the cause why A, the right angle, is inherent in C, i.e. in the angle of a semicircle, for this angle is equal to A. But C is equal to B, for it is the half of two right angles. B, then, being the half of two right angles, A is inherent in C, and this was for the angle in a semicircle to be a right angle. Example 1. Every angle which is the half of two right angles is a right angle. Every angle described in a semicircle is the half of two right angles. Therefore, every angle described in a semicircle is a right angle. This, however, is the same as the explanation of the essence of a thing, because definition signifies this, but the cause of the essence of a thing has been shown to be the middle. Why was there a Median war with the Athenians? What was the cause of waging war with the Athenians? Because the latter, with the Eretrians, attacked Sardis. This was the first cause of the movement. Let war then be A. First made the attack, B. The Athenians, C. B then is present with C, i.e. to have first made the attack is present with the Athenians, but A is also with B, for they make war with the aggressors. A then is present with B, i.e. to wage war is present with the aggressors, but this, B, is present with the Athenians, for they were the aggressors. Wherefore the middle is the cause here, and that which first moves, but of those things whose cause is for the sake of something, as why does he walk, that he may be well, why is a house built, that furniture may be preserved, the one is for the sake of health, but the other for the sake of preservation. Still there is no difference between why is it necessary to walk after supper, and for the sake of what is it necessary. But let walking after supper be C, the food not to rise B, to be well A. Let then walking after supper be the cause why the food does not rise to the mouth of the stomach, and let this be healthy, for B, that is, for the food not to rise, appears to be present with walking C, and with this A, salubrious. What then is the cause that A, which is that for the sake of which the final cause is present with C? B is the cause, that is, the food not rising. This, however, is, as it were, the definition of it, for A will be thus explained. Example 2. For the food not to rise in the stomach is healthy. Walking after supper does not suffer the food to rise, etc. Therefore, walking after supper is healthy. Why is B present with C? Because to be thus affected is to be well. We must nevertheless change the sentences, and thus the several points will be more clear. Example 3. That which is healthy causes the food not to rise. Walking after supper is healthy. Therefore, walking after supper causes the food not to rise. The generations here, indeed, and in causes respecting motion, subsist vice versa, for there it is necessary that the middle should be first generated, but here C, which is the last, and that for the sake of which is generated the last. Possibly indeed the same thing may be for the sake of something, and from necessity. For instance, why does light pass through a lantern? For necessarily that which consists of smaller particles passes through larger pores. If light is produced by transit, also it does so on account of something, that we may not fall. If then it possibly may be, is it also possible to be generated? As if it thunders, fire being extinguished, it is necessary that it should crash and rumble. And as the Pythagoreans say, for the sake of threatening, that those in Tartarus may be terrified. Now there are many things of this kind, especially in those which are constituted and consist from nature. For nature produces one thing for the sake of something, and another from necessity, but necessity is twofold, one according to nature and impulse, another with violence, contrary to impulse. Thus a stone is born from necessity, both upward and downward, yet not from the same necessity. In things, however, which are from reason, some never subsist from chance, as a house, or a statue, nor from necessity, but for the sake of something, whilst others are also from fortune, as health and safety. Especially in those which are capable of a various subsistence, as when the generation of them is not from fortune, so that there is a good end, on account of which it takes place, and either by nature or by art. From fortune, however, nothing is produced for the sake of something. End of chapter 11 of book 2. Recording in memory of Mitchell Edwards.